Before we get started, below is a link that will take you to a sign-up page for a free online masterclass on improvisation. It's different. Check it out. All right, let's get into this video. A little while back, I uploaded a video on the channel explaining how to come up with new phrases using bends, unconventional bends. Today, I'm going to share with you 5 licks that uses that technique. Grab your guitar. Let's get started. Hi, this is David from the Wallaman Guitar Artistry, and today we're looking at 5 simple yet cool licks, I think. These licks are all in E Dorian. They all go on this backing track that you're hearing right now. This backing track is available for free. All you need to do is visit the link below, sign up, and you'll get access to the backing track, the tabbed licks, the charts, and it's free. All you need to do is sign up once and you'll get access to this lesson, these assets, and many other lessons on the channel are also part of this. We're adding more and more as we go. Okay, well, are you ready? Here you go. Yes, this lick is really short, but it can be the starting point of a lot of new ideas. Not very difficult here. We are adding a note that is kind of outside. I say kind of because it's the flat fifth, which is heard, so many times. That note over the E. It's heard so many times in the blues, right? E minor blues. So the main thing in this lick is to be super in tune. Not only this lick, but the other licks too. The main difficulty is right here. Once we're going down, right here. See that section there at the end? What we're doing here is with the index on the 2nd string 12th fret, we're sliding down to the 11th, and then we're hammering on to the 12th with the middle finger. Then we're doing a half step bend with the middle finger. Make sure it's a half step bend. That note that you're bending to should sound like the 13th fret. And then you're going to do a hammer on with your ring finger on the bended note. So make sure you keep that bend just sustained there. And then a little hidden thing here, which is really important. The middle and the ring finger are kind of touching the 1st string here to mute that. Because I don't want to have any other noises than the string that I'm playing. All right, practice this one slowly. And also, I highly suggest that you take that idea and develop it in other areas of the fretboard. There's a lot of things you can do with that, and over the backing track, it's super fun and very rewarding. All right, that is lick number 1. Let's move on to lick number 2. Same exact principle here for lick number 2. We're half bending a note, keeping that note bended, and then we're hammering on so that the pitch that we're hammering on to sounds a half step above because of that bended note that we previously played. Now this bended note is going to be played with the middle finger here, and we're on the 4th string when we're doing that. So we're starting in that first position, E minor pentatonic, E minor blues, E Dorian. Make sure that you get the pull-offs and the slide. And then here it is, right here on the 4th string, 12th fret, we're doing a half step bend with that middle finger, and then hammering on. Again, muting is important here. The thick strings, strings 5 and 6, are muted with the palm of my right hand right here. It's kind of resting. And then I'm also using the flesh part of my left hand fingers to slightly touch strings 3, 2, and 1 so that there's no unnecessary noises there. You might just want to practice that little piece at the end. That's the most challenging one. And then make sure that everything flows. 16th notes, taka, 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 taka. Really important to get that consistency in notes. And again, this is just an idea. Expand on that in other areas of the fretboard. Take from that lick the thing that you like, if you like something from it, and apply it and create other things. If you don't like it, let's move on to the next, lick number 3. Really like this lick because it has a lot of chromatic notes, and chromatic notes are exciting, I think. Chromatic passages, they add that little jazzy, fusion-y flavor because some of these notes are outside of the scale, but it happens so quick that your ear doesn't have time to tell you that, hey, that sounds off, but it still sounds a little bit off, but not enough for the ear to hear it, and I love that. It all happens on the single string. On the second string, we're starting on the 12th fret of the second string here, and then we're going up and down, and then sliding to the 11th fret. So we're going all the way up to the 15th fret, down 11, and play that 11th again, and then do that technique that we've used in the previous 2 licks there, where we're bending a half step on the second string 12th fret with the middle finger, and then hammering on to the 13th fret. But because that string is already half step bended, that 13th fret that you're hammering onto sounds like the 14th fret, which is in, that's the major 6 of the Dorian mode, which is the key of the backing track. Again, slowly and expand on this. Let's try lick number 4. Another one of my favorite ideas, favorite licks. This time we're gonna add a little bit of an arpeggio type of thing here at the beginning. Right there. Now all these notes are still extracted from E Dorian. We are just playing a major 7 arpeggio of G major 7 with a 9th in there. Why? Because you find that within the E Dorian mode, we have a hidden G major 7 arpeggio. It's as simple as that. And we're starting with that little chromatic thing here. Make sure you get this right. The fingering is index, ring, pinky. That's the chromatic passage, and we're sliding that to the 5th of E right there. Little chromatic thing down right there. And then we're doing that technique again, middle finger, second string 12th fret, half step bend up, and then hammering onto the 13th fret, which sounds like the 14th fret, which is the major 6th of E, which is the characteristic note of that Dorian mode. So again, very consistent, taka, 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 super important. And that was lick number 4. Let's try lick number 5. Final lick uses some chromatic passages, kind of going outside and back in. Really simple if you take it slow. Remember to use 16th notes, and we're not starting on the very first beat. We're doing a pickup. There are 2 16th notes that are on the pickup. So if you have your tempo here in your mind, you should have those subdivisions. Taka, 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 taka. And we're starting on the last 2 16th notes of the 4th beat. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Da, 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 da. And then once you memorize the notes, everything should flow together really well. Technique is exactly the same. We're using that middle finger, bending it a half step, and then hammering on. And that's your lick all together. That's what we have. I hope you enjoyed these 5 licks. Now these licks were all born from a video that I uploaded on the channel, sharing with you that technique that uses that half step bend, and we're hammering onto that, creating a cool kind of effect That video can be watched. I'm going to leave a link somewhere here on the screen. If this is your first visit, thanks for stopping by. Consider subscribing. Download all the stuff below, and thank you so much. Practice well, everyone. I'll see you next time.